Hey champs, ever felt like your phone battery drains faster than your pocket money? Or imagine someone comes to your house, says, "I'm just visiting," but ends up taking over your fridge and telling you what to eat? That's kind of what colonialism was like for India. Outsiders coming as traders, but turning into rulers. Today, we're diving into Chapter 4, the Colonial Era in India. We'll cover how Europeans, especially the British, turned India from a superpower into the jewel in the crown, but at what cost? By the end, you'll know the key events, famines, rebellions, and why India fought back. Pause and think. Have you ever heard of Vasco da Gama or the Great Rebellion? Comment below if yes. Let's make history fun and exam ready. Hit like if you're excited, and subscribe for more SST magic. What is colonialism? Colonialism is a system in which one country controls another country, uses its resources, and exploits its people for its own benefit. The controlling country is called the colonial power, and the controlled region is called the colony. India became a colony of Britain. The age of colonialism. From the 15th century onwards, many European countries like Portugal, Spain, Holland, Dutch, France, Britain started expanding their control over Asia, Africa, and the Americas. They claimed they were bringing civilization, education, and progress, but in reality, their main aim was wealth, raw materials, trade monopoly, political power. Colonialism caused loss of freedom, destruction of local industries, and suffering for native people. India before colonial rule. Before European rule, India was one of the richest regions in the world, famous for spices, cotton, silk, steel, and handicrafts, a major center of international trade. India contributed nearly 25% of the world's GDP. This wealth attracted Europeans, the Portuguese in India. The Portuguese were the first Europeans to arrive in India. In 1498, Vasco da Gama reached Calicut in Kerala. Initially, they came for trade, but soon used force and violence. They attacked ships, controlled sea routes using a permit system called cartas, made Goa their capital. Portuguese atrocities. In 1560, the Portuguese started the Inquisition in Goa. People were punished for practicing their religion, refusing conversion. Temples were destroyed, and forced conversions took place. Despite resistance by rulers like Rani Abaka, Portuguese power slowly declined. The Dutch in India. The Dutch arrived in the 17th century. They focused mainly on the spice trade. They set up trading centers in Surat, Cochin, Nagapattinam. In 1741, they were defeated by King Marthandavarma of Travancore in the Battle of Colachel. This defeat weakened Dutch power in India. The French in India. The French established trading centers at Surat in 1668, Pondicherry in 1674. Under Dupleix, they tried to expand political control. They trained Indian soldiers and interfered in local politics. Carnatic Wars. The French fought a series of wars with the British, called the Carnatic Wars, between 1746 and 1763. The French were defeated, and British dominance increased. The British East India Company. The British East India Company was formed in 1600. It received a royal charter from Queen Elizabeth I. Initially, the company came for trade and set up centers in Surat, Madras, Bombay, Calcutta. Gradually, it started interfering in Indian politics. From traders to rulers, the British used military power, diplomacy, betrayal, political manipulation. Battle of Plassey in 1757. The British defeated Nawab Siraj-ud-Dowlah with the help of Mir Jafar's betrayal. This victory marked the beginning of British political control in India. Divide and rule policy. The British followed the policy of divide and rule. They created conflicts between Indian rulers, used religious and regional differences, supported one group against another. This weakened Indian unity. Doctrine of lapse, introduced by Lord Dalhousie. According to this policy, if a ruler died without a natural male heir, his kingdom would be annexed by the British. Indian tradition of adopting heirs was ignored. This caused widespread anger. Subsidiary alliance. Indian rulers had to keep British troops in their kingdom, pay for these troops, accept British control over foreign policy. This drained the resources of Indian states. From paradise to hell, famines. Bengal was once called a paradise, but British policies turned it into a land of suffering. Bengal famine 1770 to 1772, caused by heavy taxation and grain export. Nearly 10 million people died. Later, famines in 1876 to 1878 and 1896 to 1897 killed millions more. The British continued exporting food even during famines. Drain of India's wealth. India's wealth was transferred to Britain through heavy taxes, trade profits, military expenses, railway construction costs. Dadabhai Naoroji called this un-British rule. He explained how poverty in India was caused by British exploitation. Decline of indigenous industries. Indian industries like cotton textiles, silk, handicrafts were destroyed. British goods entered India tax-free, while Indian goods were heavily taxed in Britain. As a result, artisans lost jobs. India became a market for British goods. This process is called deindustrialization, dismantling traditional governance. Before British rule, villages were self-governed. Panchayats handled local matters. The British replaced these systems with centralized bureaucracy focused on revenue collection, transformation of education. Traditional education included pathshalas, madrasas. In 1835, Macaulay's Minute promoted English education. The aim was to create Indians who were Indian by birth, English in thinking. This disconnected people from their culture. Economic changes for imperial needs. Railways, roads, and ports were built to transport raw materials, to move British troops, to export goods. These projects were paid for by Indian money, but served British interests. Early resistance movements. Indians did not accept British rule silently. Sannyasi Fakir Rebellion. In the 1770s, ascetics and peasants rebelled against heavy taxation in Bengal. Tribal uprisings. Tribals lost access to forests and land. Major uprisings included Coal Uprising, 1831 to 1832. Santhal Rebellion, 1855 to 1856, led by Sidhu and Kanhu Murmu. These revolts were brutally suppressed. Peasant uprisings. Indigo Revolt, 1859 to 1862. Peasants were forced to grow indigo under harsh conditions. They resisted planters and gained support from Indian newspapers. The Great Rebellion of 1857. Also called the First War of Indian Independence. Causes included greased cartridges, religious interference, economic exploitation. Key leaders: Mangal Pandey, Rani Lakshmibai, Nana Saheb, Begum Hazrat Mahal. The rebellion failed due to lack of unity, limited spread. After this, the British Crown took direct control from the company. Legacy of colonialism. Colonial rule caused poverty, famines, loss of industries, cultural damage. However, it also led to global connections, documentation of Indian history, spread of ideas, but the overall impact was exploitative. Conclusion. To sum up, Europeans came for trade, stayed for power. British rule drained India's wealth. Indians resisted at every stage. The struggle laid the foundation for freedom. Understanding this chapter helps us understand why freedom was necessary. This chapter reminds us that India's freedom was hard-earned, and history teaches us the value of unity and justice. If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next chapter.